Hi, welcome to the Self-Defense Offense channel. My name is Triple G, and this is video 6. Today we're going to cover a little bit about distractions, then we'll cover improvised weapons, then we might get to the electrical grid. So, here we go. I'm going to back up 1 minute. And this is the tidbits that I'm going to give you throughout, okay, the self-protection type of things, the self-defense type of things. We're going to be covering automobile, probably start next time, then home invasions, maybe technology. I don't know which one's more important. So one of the things though that somebody had for self-defense was an air horn. An air horn is about this big. It's a canister can of noise, and then most of you have heard an air horn at starts of instead of a starting gun, they'll use an air horn, or they'll use an air horn at the stadiums with lots of noise. It's really annoying. I don't want to be next to somebody who has one. So if it doesn't cause injury, you can't carry it in your purse. If you had it in your house, would anybody next door hear you? I don't know. So I thought that's kind of like the whistle. Okay, a little bit of some distractions, and I think I might have covered a little bit of this, but I want to just go one step further in doing the distractions. So if I am faced with a person that has a knife or a weapon, a firearm, and if he's right-handed, I'm going to use my left hand to distract him with that same side that he's got the weapon on. So I'm going to pretend Janet is coming. In the meantime, when he turns, I'm going to quickly move in one big giant step, depending on how far away I am, and then this hand is going to go around his wrist. Okay, I'm going to grab his wrist, and this is going to happen, okay, really fast. So if he's looking, grab, jab. Okay, so it's going to be grabbing the wrist. So keep that knife or weapon away from me, and then I go for the throat. So remember, it's like this to go for the throat. And if I need to do it a couple times, I will. But I want him to injure him as fast as possible, so I could yell, drop your weapon, drop your weapon, drop your weapon. And he'll probably, the instinct would be to immediately go like this, because he's not going to breathe. So he probably will drop his weapon. But that would be how, depending on how hard I actually can hit him. So, those are what distractions are for. Getting it from the amygdala to the brain. Do you have a blanket I could use? You ask them dumb questions. Do you smell smoke? That kind of thing. So, directions, where's the middle school? Because I got to go visit my granddaughter there. She's in band. And whatever you can think of. So, that's it. Now, improvised weapons. This is for car, home. Obviously, we could start with the car. What do you have in your car that you could use as a weapon? I carry the cat in my car, and I also carry a knife hidden, so it's going to take time to get it out. My cat is right, kind of like the change tray or whatever in the middle, and I have that right there, so I can immediately pick it up, and I can stab if somebody's got their face in my car or a hand in my car, and I can stab them several times. You keep going, always keep going. So I always think about Jackie Chan in Rush Hour when I think about improvised weapons, because he's so quick and he's so good and he climbs really fast, and I like that. You can watch some of those. Jason Bourne's another one. Home Alone had a lot of homemade weapons, I guess, but he improvised really well. Or the writers did. So let's go with the car. What do you have in your car? Do you have a pen handy that you could stab them with? Do you have your high heels? Do you have high heels could be a good weapon. What's in your purse? Do you have your key? Remember, I'm going to go grab my keys, which happen to be right here. All right, so if the key's in the ignition, obviously you're not going to be able to use that, but you could scrape them. Okay, by having a key there. So you think about what you would have in your purse. Do you have a water bottle sitting next to you? Can you throw it at them? Can you hit them with it? So there's different things that you can do use in your car. Let's see, let's go into the house. You know, walk into the house and see if somebody is rushing in behind you, if they're coming from behind, you know, the side of the house or something, and they're rushing in behind you. What can you use immediately to get him? All right, so I see a plate with a bunch of stuff in it, which is kind of our miscellaneous items. I don't have this sitting by the door, but this is something that is sitting by one of the chairs that our grandson helped make paint. So this is something that is going to hurt in a lot of different places, and it's very sturdy. So, but I have something behind me too that I could rip off the wall and sling it at him, okay, and or put it over him. You just want to slow him down, so you can get to someplace someplace safe. I can talk sometimes. Or if you can get your weapon out. Obviously, if you run into the kitchen, there's tons of things that you can throw at them, including frozen food, jars out of the refrigerator, things out of your drawers. You can throw a lot at him. So in your living room, family room, bedroom, look at things when you go in there. Is there anything here I can throw, slow him down, picture off the wall, bang in the head? Just obviously you're going to have to, you know, your own house, and figurines, anything like that that can be used as a weapon. All right, so let's see. Go into one thing that that you could have hidden, and you could put this not on here, but on top of something like this, on top of a picture frame maybe, or something like that that has a hidden little spot. This is just a utility knife, okay? So it's a knife that, regular old utility knife, that you could use, okay, and keep handy. That would be one thing that I like. The other thing, and this can be used anywhere. I have here cucumber, and I have a old credit card that I keep in my fake wallet. All right, so here is a cucumber. My poor husband's cucumber. I'm going to ruin him. Don't tell him. All right, so we're going to see how well this can slice. Slice, slash, okay. Well, okay, that went far. All right, so that doesn't cut straight, but that did a nice job of cutting that up. The other thing is, this is just a Walmart gift card that's not good anymore. So we're going to try cutting another piece off here. I don't know if I can cut it straight. Nope, can't cut straight, but I guess it doesn't matter if you cut straight or not. But those are the couple things that are really very improvised weapons that I would call, and I really like them. So there's different things. Look around. Oh, wow. One movie we went to, the gal ended up in, she was being chased, of course, by bad guys, and she ended up in the bathroom. And the gentleman, okay, shot a hole, several times a hole in the wall, punched through it to try to reach around and to open the door up. She took the tank cover off of the toilet and bam, and slapped him on the hand. He was hurting, but he got in with his other hand, and then of course he got it in the head. But she was using that, and the tank top cover I would have never thought of using, and I thought that is pretty cool. In the bathroom, what do you have? You might have cleaners that you can put in his face. You might have things that you can obviously throw him. Even hairspray you can maybe spray. I don't think hairspray would hurt him too much. But think about things. Go in your bathroom and say, okay, how fast can I get it out? How fast can I deploy it? You know, can I, you know, stand my ground in the bathroom? So look around, other ideas, musical instruments, blankets, towels, books, pennies, a bunch of pennies in a sock you can whap them with. Let's see. So I guess that's about it for that. I want to talk about our power grid now. I'm going to read some of an article that Jason Hansen from Spyscape and Invasion, I highly recommend getting his information on his email list. He wrote about our power grid. The biggest threats that we face in the near future is an attack on our power grid. I can say this with clarity because our enemies are already looking for weaknesses in our system. Case in point, at the end of last year, a privately owned energy grid in Vermont detected an unauthorized user in their system. The grid alerted authorities to the hack, and investigators, of course, quickly were on top of it and trying to figure out where it was. The malware was shut down before any damage took place, but it exposed the communication weaknesses in the power grid system. Now, we have, I'm kind of skipping this thing, physical attacks threaten the power grid once every 4 days. And these attacks don't just come from abroad. Let's see. A few years ago, Santa Clara Sheriff's Department received a 911 call about gunfire at the Metcalf's transition station. Our substations are very vulnerable. It was placed 10 minutes afterwards because there was no power. There also wasn't any phones, so they took out the phones before they sniped, rounds into the station. So, yeah. About now, then, what happens is that's resulted in damage of 17 transformers, resulting in $15 million in repairs. Then they had to borrow power from a neighboring substations, so power was restored to that area, but the repairs took 27 days. So if there was ever a coordinated attack, we would probably be in trouble, okay? So, let's see. But we can't rely on energy companies to spend the necessary money to protect our power grid. So it's important to establish emergency plans with your family. If you and your spouse are at work when grid goes down, who will pick up the kids? Will you be staying in or will you be bugging out? What's your plan? Mentally go through a disaster situation and figure out what you can do now to prepare. The most important thing you can do now is put aside enough food, water, and medicine to survive for 30 days. Also be sure you have basic first aid kit and a survival radio. Without power, energy services will communicate via radio. A small battery-operated radio allows you to listen for updates on any relief efforts. These preparations require little time and effort for the potentially life-saving benefits they offer. One last thought. A congressional committee that said if a large area of the country were without power for more than a year, only 1 out of 10 Americans would survive. Without better physical and cyber security measures in place, our power grid is extremely vulnerable to attack. So we need to put safety and security first and prepare. It's time to prepare and start gathering food. And when you gather food, don't get food that your kids aren't going to eat. Get the peanut butter and get the, if you don't get the canned chicken, if you never cook with canned chicken, get things that you normally eat with. So it would be noodles, rice, a lot of noodles and rice. All right. So the only other thing I want to end with is a little bit of technology, safety. Read your privacies. Who reads privacies, terms and conditions? We just go down and scroll down and check yes. I mean, it's worse than bathroom reading. But start reading the privacy ones. I found out my smart TV is recording my conversations. And if mine does it, they probably all do. And they send it wirelessly to South Korea, and they use it for, future advertising. That's what they say. Ha ha ha. Okay, with that note, be safe and start preparing.